I'm joined by Tim after a 4-3 win on penalties after a 2-0 fight back. Just firstly, give me your overall reaction and how pleased you are after that.
Listen, I just said to him, and this is, I said, I'm not bullying you. That's as good a performance with 10 men I think I've ever seen. Obviously, it was, 17 minutes, 15, 17 minutes, something like that when he sends Chief off. And by the way, I swear, the ref cannot see that. He hasn't seen that. It took him an eternity to give the penalty, and then he sends him off. I don't know how he's seen it through all them players, but anyway, we got out of 10 men. Obviously, they scored a penalty, and then let's have it right. We've created. Well, I say created. Amar, is it too ridiculous? Is it one that's hit the bar, the post, the lot, hit the goalie on the back of the head and stayed out? The goalie's pulled a worldie off across from this side, I think, from Amari, and a header from Shea. And we caused them all sorts, to be honest with you. I thought Willock was unplayable at times up top. And then it's sort of second half, you're kicking into the wind a little bit. You're thinking, can we just make sure we stay in the game? And I sort of said to him, listen, stay in the game. Last 10 minutes, if it's 1-0, make it a bonfire, throw a couple up and make it go end to end and see what happens. And then you get 2-0 down, and you look at your watch, there's half an hour to go, you're thinking, they don't deserve to lose 4 or 5, and we've got to be careful, not to get rinsed. But then score a goal, brilliant ball down the side, great run from Shea and a great finish, and then right on the front foot again. I mean, as they will with the extra man, they create 1 or 2 things late second half. We're trying to get back up from our attacks really, transition wise, and we're on the wrong side of the ball. We scored the equaliser. Amar makes a run, Mari sees it, and he has a great chance. Again, some great play down the right hand side, cut it back. I think it's Rico. Matty should score, and he blazes it over the bar. So I've got to say, it's a sensational effort, and the energy levels, work ethic was just first class. I'm so proud of them. And listen, I must have got more. Starbridge were very, very strong. They had Absolutely, 100%. And you look back to last Saturday. We lose to Spalding 1-0, 91st, 92nd minute, and it's a real choker because although I thought first half they were comfortably the better side, we end up losing last gasp when we've got a point in our hands. If we get that point last Saturday, we're on a really good run. It's only Boston that we're a National League team who've beaten us, but nevertheless, listen. It was a tremendous reaction. Obviously, A, to come back from defeat on Saturday, but B, to come back from a sending off after 17 minutes, 16 minutes. It's a sensational reaction from the players. A willingness to dig in and scrap and fight and do all the nasty things that, the rough end of the stick, and do the basics of football, which is basically stay connected, stay compact, out of possession, work hard, turn people round, get on the front foot, work your set plays. They did really, really well, so I'm proud of them.
And I think another positive that I found out there was Shea Willock got on the score sheet twice, so to build his confidence as well, considering he scored goals, I don't know if his coaches thinks as well, and stepping up a level as well to come and score 2 tonight. Again, it's another positive for you to build on.
No, well, 100%. I mean, listen, he looked an absolute menace tonight. I mean, listen, you've got to look at him. He's decent in the air. He gets hold of it, brings people even Boston. Chucked him on. He was getting hold of it. Then he was putting people in round the corners. He was spinning the centre halves round the corner. Once he gets in his stride, he's a real handful. So, and he deserved it. Talk about playing a lone role up top, with a man down, going 2 banks of 4 and a 1. He worked tirelessly to keep their centre halves kicking one way so they couldn't switch it out on us. But hey, he took his chances. You know what I mean? He's got in, and he never looked like missing. Obviously gets his penalty, so I don't know whether he gets the ball or what. But I was really, really pleased with him. And you know, he's a quiet boy, but I think he's got some self-confidence. You know, and he probably needs an arm around him. I don't think he's one that you'd want to necessarily. I think he responds to a bit more kindness, if you like. And as I'm getting older, I find myself getting a bit kinder. I've lost all that coming in and ripping people's heads off. So as a group, they're fairly young, with a smattering of experience. And today, I mean, you talk about Shay. I mean, Amari Sterling James tonight. I mean, some of his stuff that he produced is miles better than the level. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he's got an absolute wonder right foot. His deliveries are just ridiculous, really. They've got all sorts. I don't know how he does it. It makes the ball move through the air. He can shoot from 40 yards, and as a goalie, it's moving in 10 different directions as it comes at you. He was excellent tonight. Showed a work ethic to get back in and out of the team. You know, sometimes he can be a bit of a luxury, and if he does that, there's no better player in the division. You know what I mean? If he does the out of possession stuff, and I know it's not natural to him, but you know, I want my wide men to do that if he plays wide. Good lad as well. Do you know what I mean? He's wants the best for him. There's so many lads done well tonight. It's just, you know, I don't want to single two out, but it was just an all-round great effort.
And just moving on, obviously we've got a busy Christmas period coming. We've got Harborough, Stratford, Biggleswade and Banbury to come. So how do you sort of manage the boys in this period?
Well, it's a good question. We obviously made a couple of changes. Amari came back in out of suspension tonight. Shay started. Joe came out, so he's had a bit of a rest. Came on late on. Rico had couldn't play in the last game, so he came in and had the lion's share of the game tonight in midfield. So yeah, we did mix it up a little bit. Obviously, Ethan didn't start on Saturday; he started tonight. So it is going to be a bit of a juggling act, and we've got obviously, you know, I've got some very good physio, stroke, sports science with Steve as well, and Dan. You know, I'll be led by them a little bit in terms of, you know, who needs a little bit of recovery. Obviously, Amar had a rest tonight mostly with he had a half. Dylan comes back in and has a half tonight, and you know he'll feel better for that in his head, and psychologically he'll feel better for having 45 minutes. So hopefully they'll both train fully on Thursday to give us that option for Saturday. So all in all, you know, then you're looking at it. If they can stay fit, then you've got Dougie and Dan Sweeney as your last two injured. You know, and if I think Dougie's going to be longer than Dan. You know, if we get Dan back into the fold, then all of a sudden there's some serious competition for places. And let's be honest, the lads are showing a real good appetite for work and hard work and rolling their sleeves up, and that's a minimum requirement in any football team. And if I see that, I'll be all right with it. You know what I mean? And I'll take results if they don't go our way. If I don't see it, that's when I'll have an issue. And so far, since I've been here, I can't knock them. So long may that continue, and we'll crack on late on Thursday, and then obviously we've got a tough trip to Harborough Saturday.